And hello again, everyone. I'm Gene Valicenti. This is Beyond the Podium, where we go one-on-one with the candidates seeking office in our area. Gonzalo Cuervo, Democrat for Mayor of Providence, joins me. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Gene.
Let's get right to this. A list of questions we ask all the candidates. In your own words, what differentiates you from your opponents?
Gene, I was born in Providence. I've been a community advocate since I was 19 years old. I've owned a small business on the south side. I've worked in the nonprofit sector, volunteered my whole life, and I've held leadership positions both in the city for more than a decade and in the state as Deputy Secretary of State.
Explain to us what you see as the most important issue facing your city.
The biggest issue facing Providence right now is economic inequality and an opportunity gap. We're becoming two separate cities, and all the issues that we face are poor performing schools, housing affordability, public safety. The underlying issue is a real gap in wealth and in economic opportunity.
You've got some quality competition, qualified. How are you uniquely qualified, though, to address these issues?
Gene, I have had management experience in the city. I was chief of staff to a mayor. I was director of communications to another mayor. In the state, I was chief of staff and deputy secretary of state to the secretary of state. But I also have a lifetime, 30 years of community engagement experience, of organizing experience. And I think that the combination of this diversity and experience combined with experience as a small business owner gives me a unique perspective and a track record of bringing people together to find solutions.
Well, that breadth of experience leads us nicely to the next question. What's an example of a policy or issue you have changed your view on in the last 20 years or so? Is there something you felt one way on and then, I feel this way now? Anything come to mind?
Well, I think there are a lot of issues. I think that when I was younger, I really felt that economic development could, by bringing in large employers, by bringing in large investments, that type of economic development would eventually benefit everybody. And I think my perspective has changed, and I want to look at more granular, more localized economic development and leave the big stuff to the state.
Right.
But I think there's an opportunity to invest in our neighborhoods, invest in our small business people who are the backbone of our community.
You just did an interview with me. We went back and forth. What question do you wish someone would ask you, and why? Is there something you wish that I wish someone would ask me this?
Well, I wish people would ask me why I'm running. Mm-hmm. And I'm running because I love this city, because I have the experience and the life experience, the lived experience as a parent, as everything that I've described before, to really bring about change by bringing people together. I don't have all the answers, Gene, but I know that we can bring the right people together to impact the city and leave it much better than it currently is.
Right. Who is your political hero? Someone in history, recent or past, and why?
I would argue that there are many. I think there are opportunities for us to really affect change. I can't think of one particular person.
Okay.
But I admire people that are tenacious and that have values and that stick to those values and that understand that public service is ultimately about helping people.
What's the best advice you've ever received? Teacher, a loved one? What do you think what comes to mind? What's the best advice?
To always be empathetic and try to understand where other people are coming from.
Gonzalo Cuervo, thanks for coming in. Good luck.
Thank you so much, Gene.